Good morning, everyone. It's such an honor to be here today, receiving the Peacemaker Award from Community Boards. Thank you, Darlene, and the selection committee at Community Boards, and I'm deeply humbled, especially in the company of such inspiring fellow honorees, including Ishelle and the Portola Neighborhood Association, both making real change in our communities today. When I first trained to become a mediator, I never imagined a journey that would lead me here. I am not a lawyer. I didn't come from a traditional background. I actually have a degree in acting. But I used the skills that I learned in Actors Studio to help bring peace to people. As a director, actress, playwright, and now mediator, I have a deep belief in the power of dialogue and in the quiet, often invisible work that helps people shift their perspectives just enough to get to a resolution. You see, this is what mediators do. We don't always solve big problems with big moves. Sometimes the most powerful thing we can offer is just a slight reframing, helping someone to see their situation from a slightly different angle. And when this happens, it's like changing the direction of a ship by just a few degrees. In the moment, it looks small, but in the end, the final destination is vastly different. I've seen this in eviction cases where tenants realize that it is in their best interest, health-wise, to move on. I've seen it when neighbors have villainized each other for months and they gain a deeper understanding and respect for one another. And even moments where community members engage with their local police officers through the Department of Police Accountability. These are moments that don't always make headlines, but they matter. And those moments create a positive ripple effect within our community. Over the years, I've worn many hats. I've managed hundreds of San Francisco host families and au pairs. I've directed and produced new plays written by Bay Area playwrights. And I built my own mediation practice from the ground up as a woman of color and a non-attorney in a field that hasn't always welcomed a space for voices like mine. And I couldn't have done it alone. I want to thank Yvette Durazo, who brought me on as a volunteer mediator for the day of court many years ago, where I did eviction cases and small claims cases. Ali Shultes, who couldn't be here today, from the Department of Police Accountability, for believing in the power of community-based mediations. To Roger Moss and Patricia Draves of CIS, who continue to partner with me today. And Ron Kelly, who was my first mediation trainer. To community boards, thank you not just for this award, but for the foundational work that you do to keep conflict resolution alive at the local level. And to my friends, thank you for cheering me on, for believing in me, for providing support along the journey in the form of time spent together, laughter created, and meals shared, because you know, food is really important. And I'd like to thank my dad, who just passed away a couple months ago, and my mother, who I could not have gone through this journey without them. And lastly, I'd like to thank my two sons, Vladimir and Griffin, who have been with me on this journey, not only observing me as a mediator and entrepreneur, but also watching me grow as a single mom, raising them while making my dream come true. Being a peacemaker isn't always easy. It requires us to sit in discomfort, to listen more than we speak, and to hold space when things are messy. But it's also a privilege to walk with people during their difficult moments and to witness the courage it takes to move forward. Today, I accept this award not just for what I've done, but for what we are all building together, a community where peace isn't just about the absence of conflict, but the presence of understanding, courage, and care. Thank you very much.